Once upon a time, a group of 3 women got together to cook. One was French, one was Irish, and one was Scottish. Together, they created a dish where meat was chopped or ground and then stewed in alcohol and broth and vegetables and then covered with mashed potatoes and baked. Now, legend has it that after they solemnly swore to never share the recipes, it was proprietary information. They went back to their respective homes and the popularity of the dishes spread faster than the plague, so now they're national dishes. And that's how we have cottage pie, shepherd's pie, and parmentier. Now, if you couldn't tell, that was total bullshit, but I do love thinking about how recipes came about, especially when there's multiple cultural variations. I'm always curious, who started it first? Did they happen to just kind of spring up out of nowhere at the same time? Probably. But I love food history. Welcome, I'm Jenna, and I make fanciful food for playful people to have a little bit of decadence in their daily lives. This is Duck Parmentier. I start with Confit duck legs that I bought from the farmer's market. Confit means it's been cooked in its own fat, and this is a long, slow, low-heat process for cooking duck to make it tender and even more flavorful. I don't recommend trying this at home because I think it's like a 15-hour process. I'm separating the skin and the meat from the bone and lightly shredding the meat. Now, while I'm doing this, I'm lightly browning onions over medium heat for a few minutes and then adding in mushrooms. Fresh is better. This is rehydrated dried mushrooms. And I'm using the soaking liquid to add extra flavor later on. But add the mushrooms, let them sit in the pan to get a good browning for several minutes before stirring. We want them to brown. We want to get a fond in the bottom of the pan. And look at all those tasty browned bits. I want more browning for flavor, so I'm going to keep this going for another 10 minutes, but you have the option to move into the next step, which is adding red wine to pick up those brown bits. Not much, just enough to cover the bottom of the pan and scrape up the fond. It'll reduce, and then we add chicken broth and the mushroom liquid if you have that. And now we add the meat and even the bones to simmer in the pot. This is when we add aromatics and seasoning too. I have a bay leaf, 2 to 3 sprigs of fresh thyme, and salt and pepper to taste. This is one of those things that'll get deeper in flavor the longer it simmers, so keep tasting and seasoning and keeping in mind that this will also bake and cool together, which will further help those flavors team up. I noticed my sauce is really thin and I wanted a thicker sauce. So to thicken it, I will make a beurre manie, which is equal parts softened butter to flour that is mixed together, usually with a fork or your fingers, to coat the flour with the butter. This helps the flour to integrate into the sauce without clumping up. It's like a cornstarch slurry, but instead of cornstarch and water, this is flour and butter. So in little bits, I add it to the sauce and I stir to integrate it more before adding more. I basically used all of it, but you may not need to. And now here's the final consistency before baking. It'll also thicken as it cools, and I don't want a paste. I also don't want a soup. Into the casserole we go. This is a small casserole dish. This is less capacity than an 8x8 baking dish. All of my stew goes in and then covered with mashed potatoes that I have spiked with grainy mustard. I could have and should have gone thinner on the mashed potatoes here. And a healthy sprinkle of gruyere cheese, because at this point, why not? And now it bakes for about 20 minutes at 400, mostly to brown the potatoes and melt the cheese. Nothing really needs to be cooked anymore. Now separately, I have crisped the skin on a rack so it doesn't sit in its own fat. At about 400 degrees for 20 minutes for that, keeping a close eye so it doesn't burn. I hesitate to suggest the broiler because that can ruin things so very quickly, but it can help if you promise to watch it very closely. Do not take a phone call, do not scroll social media, you need to stare at that skin and do not let it burn. After it cools for a few minutes, it should be crispy and crunchy. Listen. And we can chop it up into something like a bacon bit. And it can be used on anything, but for the here and now, it'll be sprinkled on top of those potatoes. Cheesy potatoes at that. So now you know to make some mashed potatoes with your duck, so when you have leftover duck, you can use the leftover mashed potatoes for the parmentier too. I can show you how I do mine, so leave a comment if you want to see that. Otherwise, the full recipe is below, and the playlist is here for my other duck recipe videos to learn all about duck.